Road Atlanta has played host to Formula Drift for now its 12th season. And as we make our way into the Grade 8, this legendary track has already once again proved to be hugely entertaining to both the fans and drivers alike. Series leader Frederick Osbo has knocked down the top 16, leaving the door wide open for Odie Bakshis and Ryan Turk, as well as the likes of Forrest Wang, Chris Forsberg, and a surging Ken Gucci. Now we're going to find out who will take the series lead and the win here at Road Atlanta, right here, only on Formula Drift. Welcome back, Drift fans, to the continuation of Round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship presented by GoPro. I'm Jared Dienda. Road Atlanta, this track is absolutely electric. The sun sets, the lights come on, and the fans get absolutely rowdy. If you come into this round and you have a good lead, you might leave the rest of the drivers in the dust and really start forging a championship. This stage is set. Who's going to get the win? Who's going to get second and third? Who's going to reek of champagne? I know you're ready. I'm ready. Here we go. Let's get on with it here at Road Atlanta.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
Well, here we are at the first battle of the Grade 8. This should be a good one. Actually, a good end. Patrick Gooden in his turbocharged V8 S13 from Florida, going against the 2JZ S15 produced by the Get Nuts main laboratory. He is Forrest Wang.
Red lights off, both drivers ready. Here we go. Forrest Wang in the lead position, coming down the hill at nearly 100 miles per hour into initiation.
Woo, look at that feint entry, throwing it into that front clip. 82.4 miles per hour. Patrick Gooden drops into formation.
Nice transition up the hill right here. As you can see, Forrest Wang really maxing out the angle. Pat Gooden having to shallow up to gain proximity, and then Forrest off that outer zone.
Firing off is Forrest Wang. Look at the angle, allowing Pat Gooden to get that proximity. Nice job cutting through the smoke, but Forrest Wang, great degree of angle and around that final clip.
And so much smoke on course right here. As you can see, both drivers laying down incredible runs. Forrest Wang in the lead position. Pat Gooden now will switch it up as he'll take the lead against Forrest Wang.
All right, Pat Gooden navigating through that start chicane. Forrest Wang dropping behind and approaching that first front clip. 81.7 miles per hour. Nice early initiation by Gooden.
Counter lock by both drivers right now is Forrest Wang. Oh, and look at that. Pat Gooden makes a mistake. 2 tires drop. That will be a 0. Right there, Forrest Wang stays in it. Both drivers still going.
Yeah, from the naked eye, it looked like 2 tires off. The judges will review it after they complete this run, but Forrest Wang was up close and personal. He saw him go off course, so Forrest Wang could be handed the victory, but you know what? He did some great driving out front.
Well, there it is. The eye in the sky sees all, and you can see right there 2 tires dropped by Pat Gooden. That will be a 0, and it will lead to a win for Forrest Wang.
There it is. It's official. Forrest Wang is going to the Final 4.
On my lead run, I basically just went for a qualifying line, laid down a pretty good run. On the follow run, I was going up to, and he pretty much dropped 2 tires coming up the hill. So I think with me staying close and all, that gave me the win.
Formula Drift is being brought to you by GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. By Hankook Tire. Be one with it. Hankook Tires. And by Nitto Tire. Fueled by enthusiasts.
Welcome back to Road Atlanta as we continue on with the battles in the Grade 8. You know what? This place doesn't even have power. It actually runs off the electricity of the fans. As we advance on to our next battle, Odie Bakshis versus Kenny Moen.
Well, here we go. A big opportunity right here for Odie to move up in the championship chase with Frederick Oswald going out, but he wants to get by Kenny Moen.
Can Odie Bakshis go 2 for 2 this season? Odie Bakshis, oh, look at that. Kenny Moen with a late initiation, and look at sliding on by as Odie keeps it nice and tight.
And it causes him to go way wide, and now he's playing catch up as Odie out front, staying fluid and consistent, going deep into that outer zone.
Odie Bakshis, his eyes are on the prize as he tightens it up to that front clip in the horseshoe, transitions out and heads towards that final front clip.
And now look at the distance right here as Odie laying down a clean, solid run right there in the lead position. You can see that mistake by Kenny Moen cost him throughout the rest of the course. So Odie Bakshis sitting on an advantage.
All right, Kenny Moen will now be out front. Odie Bakshis giving chase, going and navigating through that start chicane. Let's see how Kenny Moen does. I know it seems like he's having some issues here.
Both drivers coming into the first corner at 84.3 miles per hour. Good transition by Kenny. Odie staying with him as both drivers up the hill and into the horseshoe.
Now Kenny looking dialed as he went into that rear clipping zone. Wow, yes, as you said, take the words out of my mouth, dancing with the dirt in that horseshoe run.
And Odie makes a mistake right there. Might be giving one back to Kenny Moen here. You got to imagine how the judges are going to interpret those mistakes by Odie Bakshis.
Into the horseshoe, you saw Odie lunge forward, but then just as he did that, they exit out, creating that gap, going to the judges. They're going at it one more time.
Well, a good call by the judges right there, going unanimous with both drivers making some sizable mistakes. We want to see a clear winner here. Now here we go, but look at this. Kenny Moen nowhere to be found against Odie Bakshis.
All right, Odie Bakshis initiates into that first front clip. Kenny Moen, man, he is back there a year, a furlong.
You got to wonder what happened off the line right there. Odie Bakshis got out of the box clean, but Kenny Moen just either wasn't ready or was having some car problems, but now it's putting him at a big disadvantage as he is way behind Odie Bakshis.
Well, Odie Bakshis has got a smile on his face. I'm sure his wife, Amy, is telling him that you got an advantage. Just keep it between the lines, and you're going to be sitting pretty. But remember, they're going to alternate the order. Kenny Moen's having some issues. That's going to be a hard act to literally follow. Kenny Moen will lead. Odie Bakshis will give chase.
Well, here we go. Kenny Moen, a lot of ground to make up here as he takes the lead position into this first corner. Early initiation right there, but Odie Bakshis not giving him any room.
Remember, you can't have an inactive chase. You need to apply the pressure. If you don't have one, what we like to call sandbagging, they could have you go one more time. So Kenny Moen strong out front, even after that lackluster showing on that first run.
Good transition right there by Kenny Moen as now both drivers just inches away from the finish line as Odie Bakshis shoots through the smoke cloud and comes across the finish line.
Taking a look at it again, Odie Bakshis applying the pressure, doing what he needed to do after that advantage after the first portion of that battle. And there it is, Odie Bakshis gets the win. Working our way through the head-to-head battles in the Grade 8, these two gentlemen are both from Pennsylvania, Chris Forsberg versus Jeff Stoneback.
Well, Forsberg trying to get back to his winning ways, get on the podium after missing it in Long Beach last round. Here he goes as he takes the lead.
All right, the long shot. Look at them both initiating here into that first front clip. 85.1 miles per hour. Stoneback dancing with that edge of the track.
Forsberg looking good out front, but look at Stoneback. Oh, making a big mistake in the chase position right there with a big understeer.
Forsberg finishing out the horseshoe. You have to wonder, did his spotter tell him, hey, keep it going? Stoneback made a mistake not once, but twice. Look at that, Ryan, once again.
Yeah, two big mistakes right there by Jeff Stoneback. That is most definitely going to be a 0 for him. You can see the first one right there, straightening, coming to a 0-degree angle right there, and some understeer, and then a second mistake. So Chris Forsberg just has to hold it together here against Jeff Stoneback.
So the mistake in the chase position by Stoneback. Stoneback now out front as Forsberg will give chase going to that first clipping point.
Nice job right there by Stoneback. Great angle as both drivers come up the hill now and into the horseshoe.
Into that rear clipping zone goes Stoneback. You see a little brown cloud being thrown up as they enter the horseshoe. Look at Forsberg. He is sweating Stoneback into that front clip.
Nice surging attack right there by Chris Forsberg as Jeff Stoneback goes down the hill, maxes out the angle. One more transition to go as both drivers come across the finish line, except for Forsberg, who looks like he goes off course. Yeah, you can see right here, Forsberg drops 2 tires, Jared. That is going to be a 0. It's going to default to the first run, and Forsberg gets the win.
Last run felt great. Our lead run was on point. Once again, it's just trying to kill him in the lead. And then we got to the last corner. I got completely blinded by the smoke, and I put 2 tires off. We did get a 0, but they zeroed both of our follow runs, and so they judged the lead runs, and my lead run won.
Here we go with our final battle in the Great 8. Ken Gushi going against Charles Ng. I gotta say, Ken Gushi, Ryan, is looking very settled, very calm, and looks like he's having fun.
Well, definitely one of the drivers to beat is Ken Gushi this round, looking very consistent, but Charles Ng also making it through. He's got a battle on his hands against Ken Gushi.
Sometimes a bit of a volatile driver tightens it up there. Look, and just as I say that, he goes off course. Didn't look like two tires though, Ryan.
You can see right here the consistency from Ken Gushi, hitting his marks every time, going very deep into the outer zones. Nice job on this inside clip. Good transition down the hill.
Yeah, that wide swing into the horseshoe, very fluid, very strong. You see the car just dipping and roasting those hand-cooked tires.
You can see lacking of the angle right there by Charles Ng on the last transition up the hill, but right there a mistake on the first inside clip.
All right, so Gushi rounding it out. Charles Ng struggling to hang with the Goosh. Now Ng will be out front. Gushi will be giving chase.
On board with Ken Gushi as Charles Ng comes into initiation right at the number 2 cone. Ken Gushi not giving him an inch, coming up on the inside.
82.7 miles per hour. Ng gets into the dust once again, heading into the horseshoe. Look at that, Gushi door to door with Ng.
Very aggressive move right there by Ken Gushi. Charles Ng trying to fend him off as he transitions down the hill. Ken Gushi dives right in.
All right, Charles Ng, one more front clip to round it out. A great showing by Ng out front, but everywhere Ng went, Gushi followed. Look at that nice transition, allowing him to pass in front of him and then drop back into formation. Let's go to the judges. Ken Gushi is going to the Final Four.
Yeah, so Charles is actually a gritty teammate of mine, so I knew that I had to push hard to beat him because I know what kind of work went into his car, and his car is a beast, and he's such a great driver. So I just basically gave it my all and ended up the winner.
Welcome back to round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship here at Road Atlanta. Nobody's going home because they want to find out who is going to be on the podium. Well, this is it. The top 4 is here. And here is our first head-to-head battle. Odi Bakshis. Can he go back-to-back with podiums? As Forrest Wang, if you can recall in Long Beach, he got knocked out early in the top 32. Odi Bakshis will lead. Forrest Wang will give chase.
Odi taking the lead position, coming into initiation. Forrest Wang not giving him an inch. Nice job right there as both drivers come into the first corner at 84.1 miles per hour.
Odi Bakshis is absolutely performing surgery on this track. Forrest Wang is watching this clinic unfold, and he's seen his car straighten out.
Well, a big mistake right there by Forrest Wang, who looked good on initiation with Odi Bakshis, but then some separation from the get-go. As now we go to the replay, you can see right here, both drivers are together, but Forrest Wang just makes a big mistake, and he's unable to catch up to Odi Bakshis.
So Forrest Wang, with that big mistake, has a deficit. He will be leading as Odi Bakshis potentially moving one step closer to another podium.
Big deficit right here by Forrest Wang. Odi Bakshis playing it a little bit conservatively, as he should, trying to make his way through the smoke cloud now as Forrest Wang heads up the hill, straightens out.
The smoke screen is thick here at Road Atlanta. Forrest Wang, you see him having issues once again. Fire being thrown way off that rear clipping zone, but Odi Bakshis, he is all over Wang.
Forrest Wang at this point just trying to smoke out Odi, maxing out the angle, going through the course a little bit slower, knowing he had that big mistake, but Odi able to see through the cloud, makes it through.
It seems that Odi Bakshis will be rolling his way into the finals. And there it is, Odi gets the win.
Can't express how stoked I am to be going this far, 2 events in a row, so really excited. That run was intense. I'm stoked.
Odi Bakshis is in the finals. Who is he going to be going against? Will it be Ken Gushi or Chris Forsberg? Ryan, who is your money on?
Well, it's going to be a tough battle call. Both drivers have looked incredible tonight, but what we do know is that Ken Gushi, qualifying higher, has guaranteed himself at least 3rd place.
All right, Gushi will be leading. Forsberg giving chase into formation. Look at that, playing with the rumble strip is Gushi, 84.1 miles per hour.
Good transition here by both drivers. Gushi going up the hill, maxing out angle. Forsberg just a little bit of a mistake right there, but very close so far.
2 veterans of the sport. They competed here in 2004, and look at that. Man, where there's smoke, there's fire, and Forsberg throws out a huge fireball.
Absolutely amazing here at Road Atlanta under the lights, 20,000 screaming fans, and action like that. Chris Forsberg going up in flames, stays in drift, and one heck of a show for everybody here tonight.
Well, now Forsberg extinguishes the flame, but now he is back warming up the track. He will be leading against a surging Ken Gushi.
Well, it's a close battle so far. Both drivers putting out 100% of their performance, and Ken Gushi door-to-door with Chris Forsberg on initiation.
And this is only the top four. Who is going to make it to the finals? Look at Forsberg bringing it into the horseshoe. Gushi could gain some proximity, and he does. Look at that. Woo!
Nice action right here as both drivers transition down the hill. Gushi coming up again on the rear end side of Chris Forsberg, and you can see both drivers mashing the throttle across the finish line.
Is Ken Gushi going to take down our reigning champion? I mean, the changes that he's made from Long Beach to Atlanta seems like a completely different car. Going to the judges, the fans, everyone wants to see it. They're going one more time.
Well, that was an amazing call right there by the judges. So close, just very little mistakes by both drivers, resulting in a one more time. So here we go again. Ken Gushi initiates into the first corner.
Ken Gushi into that first front clip. A little bit of distance between as Forsberg tries to close that gap, heading up the hill into the horseshoe. Ooh, Forsberg gets into the dirt just a touch.
Forsberg straightens out a little bit, maybe giving Gushi an advantage, but he gets right back on it, maintains a lot of pressure. Good attack by Forsberg as he now comes down the hill.
Gushi so strong. Look at the degree of angle approaching that final front clip. Forsberg cuts through the smoke screen produced off those Hancooks.
So you can see that mistake right there, small but noticeable by Chris Forsberg. It's going to give Ken Gushi an advantage as he laid down a very clean lead run.
I mean, this is some top-notch driving here, Ryan. And remember, whoever wins this goes against Odi Bakshis in the finals. Forsberg leads, Gushi gives chase.
Both drivers coming into the first corner, door-to-door once again, 83.3 miles per hour. Ken Gushi, a little bit of separation right here as Chris Forsberg comes up into the keyhole.
The smoke is just looming here at Road Atlanta. The wind is calm, but the drivers are just getting absolutely bonkers here as they pull out of the horseshoe. Gushi needs to get that proximity in order to get this victory here.
So that mistake by Forsberg, and then Ken Gushi dropping a tire at the last part of the course right there and just losing some proximity towards the end. I could see this going one more time once again.
And it does. They are going at it one more time. Again, that means two more times. This is the third battle between these two Hankook-shrouded vehicles. Ken Gushi will lead as Chris Forsberg gives chase.
What a show for the fans. Will we see a winner here? 3 battles going head-to-head is Chris Forsberg and Ken Gushi.
Oh, that 2JZ-powered Scion FRS looks dialed, but Chris Forsberg in that VK56 370Z brings it on into the horseshoe nice and tight.
Both drivers door-to-door here as Ken Gushi in the lead position, very fluid and consistent. Now, Chris Forsberg's trying to gain pace on the last few steps of this run.
Thankfully, these guys have headlights. They can navigate through that thick smoke. Look at that, Forsberg right there as we ride on the roof of Ken Gushi's Scion Racing, Greddy Racing Scion FRS. Let's change up the order. Forsberg will lead. Ken Gushi will be giving chase. How's this going to end, Ryan? And will it end?
Well, it's been so close so far. Any little mistake right now could give the other driver the edge. That first run was very close, and the second one is starting out the same.
Yeah, at this point, it's who makes the larger mistake as Forsberg is dialed. Gushi right there, sweating each other door to door.
Gushi's proximity coming up the hill was a bit better than Forsberg's. Will that be the difference? Can he stay with Forsberg as both drivers transition into the last corner?
Man, unbelievable gladiators, veterans of the Formula Drift sport.
You can see coming up the hill here, the proximity is awesome by Ken Gushi. I think that could be the difference in this battle.
And it is. Ken Gushi's going to the finals.
So that was an insane battle. We did 3 consecutive battles, 2 one more times against Chris Forsberg, who's the defending champion, and we're really excited because I thought I lost a few times in that run, but the fans kept us going, and we're in the finals now.
Formula Drift is being brought to you by Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. By Hankook Tire. Be one with it. Hankook Tires. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. And by GoPro, the world's most versatile camera.
Well, this is it. Year 12 is about in the books here at Road Atlanta. This is the finals. Odi Bakshis is guaranteed a podium. Will he better his second from Long Beach and get the win here in Atlanta, where he's going against the guy to beat, Ken Gushi, who is back to championship form. Odi will be leading, Ken Gushi giving chase.
Both drivers coming off the line. This is it, the last battle of the night. Odie Bakchis into initiation. Ken Gucci staying with him.
Odie Bakchis into that front clip. Gucci swinging a little bit wide here, allowing Odie Bakchis to pull away from the Gooch.
Yeah, big separation right there from Ken Gucci and Odie Bakchis, obviously giving Odie an advantage in that section of the course.
Odie Bakchis pulling out of the horseshoe, and here comes Gucci, lighting him up, maintaining the same distance throughout the course. Gotta say, Odie has the advantage here.
Yeah, definitely Odie does have the advantage. We're hearing from Ken Gucci's crew that he is down one cylinder, so that would obviously be the answer to why there was so much distance.
All right, well, Gucci now out front with Bakchis giving chase, heading down the hill. Is this it, Ryan? Is Odie gonna take it home, or is Gucci gonna get in his way?
Well, sitting on that deficit is Ken Gucci, coming into the first turn at 84.1 miles per hour, but now look at Odie Bakchis starting to reel him in up the hill.
Applying the pressure is Odie Bakchis. Look at that back left wheel is all over the place on Ken Gucci's Scion FRS.
Yeah, looks like a broken part from Ken Gucci, but he's able to stay in it. Can he pull this out, or will Odie Bakchis get the win here at Road Atlanta?
Wow, Ken Gucci gets out by the skin of his teeth without sustaining any more damage, but you saw that back left wheel, loosey-goosey. And there it is, Odie Bakchis wins here at Road Atlanta.
And with that, it's Chris Forsberg in third, Ken Gucci in second, and Odie Bakchis taking the win.
Well, here we are for the 12th time since 2004 with some of the best drift fans in the world. Odie Bakchis goes back-to-back with podiums, but this time bettering it with his first ever win. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. I am here with your winner, Odie Bakchis. Now, Odie, not only is this your first Formula Drift win, it puts you in the lead for the domestic and also the World Championship. You battled hard tonight. Give us some of the highlights.
It was really an intense night. There's definitely some hard battles. I am just really happy to keep this momentum going from Long Beach. We're right on track, and just really looking forward to the rest of the season.
Well, congratulations, man. We love seeing you drift. Odie Bakchis, your winner here at round number 2 at Road Atlanta. For everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Deanda, I am Ryan Sage. We'll see you at round 3 at Orlando Speed World.
Here's a look at the Formula Drift Championship leaderboard. Odie Bakchis out front, Frederick Osbo second, and Chris Forsberg in third. Auto Manufacturer Championship, Scion first, Ford second, and Nissan third. And the Tire Manufacturers Championship, Hankook sitting in first, Nitto in second, Falcon in third. Well, as we wrap it up here at Road Atlanta, join us for the next round, round 3 at Orlando Speed World.